Okay, everyone, this is the Icon Nano P1 thing for Luna. And unfortunately, it is a little glitchy, but I have a bunch of custom menus that make this work very incredibly well. So I hope this helps. Anyways, of course, you're going to need this. Download that from the website. That's the way to make shortcuts and do everything. I have it, if you can see right here, on Luna #1. All right, Luna #1 is that button that says #1 right there. Okay, and I'm going to close this and let's see what the first thing we can do with this is, as it's on, as you can see, it's on track 1 through 8, right? I just have a bunch of tracks here, and I'm on 1 through 8. And the pan knobs will do pan, right? All the way 1 through 8. Any way you do it, 1 through 8, wherever I'm doing the next one, there it is. Really cool thing here, which I use mostly, is if you put it on flip, if you see this button here, put it on flip, now these pan knobs become volume knobs, 1 through 8, okay? And if you need to reset it, you just click it, and it'll go back to 0, okay? Now, so I'm on a 1 through 8. Here's a switch here. These are 8. You see the number 8? So if I go to the next set group of 8, obviously it's going to go to track 9. See, it goes to track 9. And I'm still on flip, so I can still use my volume. If I don't want to use the volume, if I want to use the pan, I go back to flip right here. And then it's pan, but mostly I'm using volume because I've already panned. Once I've panned, I'm done with that. Okay, so I'm going to load up my shortcut thing because that's the only way I found that it's working. I spent a few weeks tweaking all these little things, and I found when I tried to just put it on the Luna setting here, none of these functions worked. You see, well, if I put it on just straight the Luna, down here, and I put it on #3, the functions I'm going to try to show you now that didn't work. I don't know why. So best we just go back to my little custom thing. You guys can customize all your shortcuts the way you want them. It's up to you, obviously, but with what I'm having here, we can completely do amazing things. So the first thing I want to do is we're going to go back to my shortcut version. It's on pan and surround. That's how I get all the tracks 1 through 12. And again, if you go to the 8, you're going to go to the next 8 and so on down the line. Okay, now if I go back, I'm going to go all the way back to track 1 just for fun. See, we're at track 1. Okay, I've got it selected. I'm going over to plugins. I hit plugins. Now the menu comes up with tape, console, insert plugin, and type. Type does not work for anything that I have found. Tape, if you click it, it brings up the saturation. And then if we go up on our screen and we turn the #1 knob here, we go up and it's now using the, wrong knob. And it's still not working. So when it's selected just by your mouse, sometimes, again, it's glitchy. The more you use it throughout the day, the smoother it gets, right? So if it's not working, you see these buttons here. This is this is going to go next, and so if I go here, and then I go back to here, see, forward, back, now it should be selected. Sometimes when you click the mouse on the track, it doesn't automatically go there. Sometimes you click it, wait a few seconds, and then it works, but a little glitchy, but still comes in. So anyways, now I'm going up to the tape saturation, and it's still not working. Fantastic. Let's see. It's good that we're having these little issues. It doesn't usually do this, so I'm on tape saturation gain. That's a gain. Okay, that's back there. And we're still on. Oh, that's why my problem was flip. I was still on flip. This is good that we're doing this with the warts. So I'll go back off a flip, and now my tape gain will go up and down. You see that? I'm able to do the tape gain. Now the next deal is I'm going back to plugins again. I'm going to hit plugins. I'm going to have my tape console and insert, right? So I'm going to just click console, okay? And that comes up with a whole bunch of stuff across the board. All right? Now I'm going up to my API vision that's right there in our slot. I'm clicking it. You see it here? Okay. Now, I go back down to my menu here on the meter bridge, because you cannot do this without a meter bridge. And the first thing that works is the third, number 3, line gain. Line gain. Okay? So if I turn line gain, bam. If I go to the next one, it's going to be pad. That's on. Next one's polarity. Next one's low pass or high pass, whatever it is. And the next one is this one. And the next one is this one. And you can see the green light's already on. Most of the time, the green lights are not off. Okay, so this I was doing all the way to right here. Okay, this guy. This is the last fader number 8. Excuse me, knob number 8. So what you do is you have to go down and press this focus button so that it's lit up. And with it, this knob is now going to change my menu. It has something like 7 pages or something. So as I turn the knob, it goes to the next. Did I hit focus? Okay. Hello? It's not going. Why isn't it going? It's doing something else. Ah, focus is off. And plug-in, plug-in, plug-in. All the warts are here, guys. Oh, no, it's not focus. Sorry. It has to be this guy. This guy will scroll the pages of our API vision. Okay, so now I'm on the 215, which is going to be our gate. It shows you side chain. It shows you on and off threshold. You see all those things? They all are now working here. You see? Oops, sorry. This is just like using a console. I grew up on it on tape. I used a API 1608 for years and years and years in Los Angeles. And this is what it does. So it's going through all your 235s, which is the gate. Okay? Then I go back down because I'm on this. I'm going to scroll to the next page. Okay? Which then brings me to my compressor up here. And we have the threshold, we have the ratio, we have the these are doing knobs now, okay? See that? And you can just read the menu, okay? and get used to that. I really took time and used this because I like to just listen and twist my knobs. Okay, I'm going to the next menu, which will be the 550. That's obviously our EQ, right? So right away, the first one is going to give me my, it's the choice between 20K, all the blue ones. It gives you the hertz, right? See that working right there? And then the next one is going to be your boost or cut. Okay. And then if you come back down, you go to the next menu. It's going to finish off the last two of the 550, and then it's going to go to the 560. Okay. Now you can do this one way or the other. I find it's just as easy. Just go to type, and you're on your 560. Excuse me. I just clicked it with my mouse. There is a knob that will click it, but you have to go through the menus to find it. So I click it, and then you're on your 560, and you got it right there. You see the 560, it's 16K, it's doing its thing, right? So the whole vision strip is really working. Same thing if I come down to the bus. I'm just going to go down to a bus, and let's go back to here to find out where I'm at here. Excuse me. And I'm going to choose bus. Let's see if I'm on my bus, which I am. Good. Now I have to go back down from pan surround, which gives me, when I stay on pan and surround, tells me what is what. That these are my effects, spread, echo, reverb. So that's obviously my auxiliaries. Here's my buses, right? Now I clicked on bus. Okay. Now I'm going to click on plugins, right? Then I still have the console, okay? And with the console, I click the console, and now I have my dynamic, my dynamics, okay? We have the dynamics here, the 2500, right? And if you go down, you'll see threshold, attack, ratio, blah, blah, blah. And of course, all those knobs work for that. If am I on my bus one? I hit the wrong one. There it is. Okay. So there it is, see? So all my knobs are working here. Every one of them. Okay. And again, with the menu, you have to have this thing clicked. You go to your next menu, and then that's page 2 of 3 and 3 of 3. So there's 3 different pages for the 2500. There's if we go back to the API, I think there's 7 pages, okay? So I'm going to go to plugin, console, and if you see this, as I scroll through here, there's 7 pages. See the last one here, 4 out of 7, 6 out of 7 out of 7. It just shows for a quick second. And then you can access everything from the API Vision. Okay, very cool. The next thing is, I like to put it on focus. I like to stay away from the mouse as much as possible. I hate mouses. Hate Mises to pieces. So with that, I can now, once my mouse is over here, I can scroll up and down. You can do this, of course, with your mouse wheel, but I like to do it with this, okay? So the next thing we can do is send, all right? So I'm going to go back to my pan surround thing, right? And I'm going to go back to track 1. So I'm just going to go back to my 8, which will start me back on track 1. You see track 1 right there? So I'm going to go ahead and select track 1, right? By pushing the button. I'm going to hit now send. Now I put my sends, okay? And this isn't selected, so I'm going to select it again. All right. And now if you can see, it shows the 3 sends that I have. Those sends, I can adjust the volumes. See? I can adjust the volumes on any of my sends. Okay? This is the send button. Okay, now here's a really cool thing. Is if while you're on there, the same track, you have send selected. If you hit send again, a different menu comes up, and you can then scroll between. Here, let me go back. This is my number 3 send. You see right there that it's showing it's number 3 send, and it's an echo A. The first knob on my thing will choose between different auxiliaries you already have. So I'm going back to the echo, okay, because that's what I had for number 3. Okay, and then you have the volume. Not only do you have the volume and the echo, you also have a pan and a mute. It gives you that. So if you look up here, not often we're going to be using too many pans and mutes. Usually I simplify all my knobs, my pans. So I'm going to go back to simplify. And then right here, number 3 shows it's pan, right? So I'm panning obviously I'm panning this little auxiliary. And then here is, and number 2 shows the volume, okay? And it's going to go up and down as I do it, right? And number 1, again, chooses whatever auxiliary you want. Now, there's only 3 of them on there, right? So I have to hit send again. It goes through a menu. See, send again, then just jumps to whatever, a blank thing. This goes back to another, there's lots of different sends. And now I'm back to just my track, but if I hit send one more time, right, I'm back to just the 3 different volumes. I'm not in the expanded range, okay? But if I'm going back up here to my first one, and I hit send one more time, again, it expands the menu. Hit send one more time on the button. Sorry, I hit it over here. And that expands your send. See, that's my send 1 right here. Send 1, volume, pan, mute. Send 2, volume, pan, mute. And again, if you do your fader wherever it says it, it's going to change the auxiliary you want, if you want to decide to change auxiliary. So those are the 3 main things right there. Now, if I go to insert here to where I've got a plugin, and I open up the plugin, I have a little 1178 there, right? And if, again, I keep this on focus, my little knob, okay? It's on focus. I can't do this because I'm holding my phone, but anyways, this knob is going to adjust any parameter you want to choose on my 1178. So you just hover your mouse over whatever knob you want to do, and you turn your little knob on here, and this is completely adjusting anything I want. I just quickly, I'm doing it one hand, but if you have 2 hands, you can do it really quickly, even to the ratios here, okay? Ratios, scrolling through the ratios. It's going to scroll through the different modes of tape, saturation, mix, anything. It does it on every plugin. except for the UAD, one of them, the ratios aren't working, whatever. But that's really cool. See, it's totally hands-on. You just hover the mouse and you can adjust it with your ears and stop fooling around with the mouse. I hate mouses. They kill you. They're out to kill us. So, of course, the play and stop works, and this is for the loop here. Play, stop, and loop, okay? Um, excuse me. All my menus that I'm going to send for you guys have a view in the bottom corner. See the view? We're in the mixer mode. Oh, first of all, I got a nice close effects window so that I can get rid of this thing. And now we're going to go to the view, and that's going to go to the edit mode, right? And right here, you can go and zoom, right? And this is going to zoom it in and out. Or if you hit zoom up and down, it's going to do the open it up and down a D and all that good stuff, right? Some of the quick shortcuts I have. This is menu 1 right here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and number 5 I haven't done anything to. So I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And all the different things that I have on there. You see what I have? I have a heel, right? Let's just say we go up here and I hit split, long press split. You see it as a crossfade. It was split. Then I have a heel because I don't want that anymore. I'm going to heal it. Except for it's not healing, of course. A little glitchy. So I just have an undo there. Undo. Okay, and I have a redo. Undo, redo on every page. Okay. I also have, let's see, I told you about the close window, right? The transporter stop. This will make it so that instead of returning back to where it started, if you put this on, it'll pause the track. Okay, you see it right there. Now it's going to pause. Now I turn it back off, and then I play it. It's going to return back to wherever it started from. Okay. Another one, add markers. Okay. See, there's my add marker. You add a marker. You go over here. You choose a nice little color. And you hit apply. And there you go. You get your marker. Okay. Now one of my next menus here has marker previous, marker next. See? Marker previous, marker next. Okay. I have snap. This will turn on and off the snap, so I don't have to use my mouse again. I hate mouses. I have my close. I have my thing. Copy. You have a fade. Okay, so let's do this. Let's just do this. And if I go to another menu, my other menu, I have a cut somewhere. Well, maybe it was over here. See this menu? Number cut. That's a green one. So I cut it. It deletes, right? Now if I just highlight whatever I want to fade, I hit fade. And it fades it. If you can see that or not. So all these things kind of work, pretty much work really well. Things are a little glitchy sometimes. It takes time. Just let it work itself out. And life will be good. Life will be a lot better. And you have to obviously have that meter bridge to see where you're at. Again, I'm going to go back to the default menu. I'm going to keep it in pan and surround. And I have 8 faders. Those are 8 faders right there. I can jump to the next 8 faders by the number 8 here. Go back, faders. You guys can figure it out from there, I think. Hope that helps.